All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Double honors to Apostle Elders in New York, GMS. And salutation to you all around the world is teaching truth in your lives online for it. My name is Maya Kahala Bungad with Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we are not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, speckled birds scattered abroad. We are not affiliated with any black identity string groups. We are not affiliated with any Islamic groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. All right, so to revisit the Gypsy subject. All right, because last time you had Hosea Vega, and he was saying that Southern Kingdom Judas, the Gypsies. So I point out in history that some of these Jakes in the South also. I read about Jakes in the Caribbean areas. They descendants of the gypsies, captive gypsy slaves. All right, that was brought here to America first by Spain in the late 15th century, then so on by England and the other nations. All right. So you go right here. You go to Texas Historical Association. All right. It's gonna tell you some things. Bam, bam. All right. Roman gypsies. All right. There are about 20,000 Romani ancestors. Romani Americans. Roman taxes out of a national population of about 1 million. Roman people, commonly known as gypsies, have been in America since 1498. When Columbus brought some on his third voyage to the West Indies, all right, so the Caribbean, Jamaica, and all that stuff, all right, Hispaniola, all right, it says there's a sequentially forced fermentation brought most gypsies across the Atlantic, all right, so it goes with Deuteronomy 28:68, all right. To understand why gypsy was shipped to America, it's necessary first of all examine the circumstances present in Europe. All right, so it's gonna give you. It said they arrived over from India, middle 13th century, because of the spread of Islam to the Byzantine Empire. All right, so those Jakes anyway, Byzantine Empire, a little Moors that come from the Byzantine Empire. All right, the ancient gypsy had in fact left India in place during the first quarter of the 11th century. Their troops resisted Islamic incursion. Gypsies were first associated with Muslim threat. Being all white, having no country, alien language, dress, and religion, they were quickly easy target as scapegoats. All right, because they're Israelites. All right, so it's part of the curses, man. All right. It says nevertheless, the artisan, particularly metalworking, made them indispensable to the Balkan companies as they started to move away from the southeastern Europe to escape increasing rigorous demands upon them. Let states begin to put into effect, making them property of their employers. All right, so yeah. All right, that's slavery, man. All right, let me get this right here. Deuteronomy. Let me go over here. Come on. It says Deuteronomy 28, and yeah, I'll get right here. All right. Deuteronomy 28:61, Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, one on the earth, even to the other. There thou shalt serve the gods, which neither nor thy fathers had known, even wood and stone. All right, so false doctrines are people get into. All right. And scattered, said Deuteronomy 26:5, among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. Talking about slavery. All right, but Yahweh shall give thee a trembling heart and failing eyes and sorrow of mind. All right. It said, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt have no assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, will most high at even, and even thou shalt say, will most high in the morning. For fear of thy heart, where thou shalt fear for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. All right. And then go right here, it says, and Yahweh shall bring thee to Egypt again with ships by the way I spake unto thee, thou shalt see no more again. All right, there shall be sold your enemy for bondmen and bondwomen, no man shall buy. All right, so they went into captivity. All right, so the first time 12 tribes when they was in land of come. All right, Ham. People ignorantly say Ham. All right, And also what people hear me say Africa, all right? So it's in the first, so this the second time, man. All right, second time talking about bondage, Deuteronomy 5 and 6. And it's spiritually talking about America. America, you go to Washington, you go to Little Egypt, Illinois, which is southern Illinois. You go to Memphis, Tennessee. All right, you got the city of Memphis. All right, so all this part of Egyptian culture, man. All right, dollar bill. All right, thou shalt see no more again. The whole nation will see the whole land of Israel. We should not see the whole land of Israel. All right, it's a entire nation. There should be sold your enemies for bondman and bondwomen. Right, so Yahweh gave us up to our enemies because we violate laws, statutes, commandments. All right, and we end up at bondman, bondwoman, no slave, auction blocks. No man should nobody shall rescue us. All right, that's what it says. So you know this. All right. It says right here, as it started to move away from southeastern Europe to escape increasing rigor demand upon them, legislators began to put into effect making them property of their employers. By early 14th century, they had become slaves in Moldavia and Wallachia, present-day Romania. Slavery was not fully abolished there until 1864. Same thing Jake doing over there, man. Still going on around this time, supposedly freed. All right. All right, it said after which date and going migration out of area to America elsewhere again. Gypsy originated this part you'll know collected as Vlax. What is that? As Vlax and German Octant. Alright, it says and are divided into a number of distinct groups depending upon the occupation, regional background of Balkans. The two big groups in Texas as well as in the rest of the country are Kardasha and Makwaya, who have been in the United States for about a century. Alright. Those who moved to the rest of Europe have reached all country in North and the West by AD 1500. Their strict laws came to fair rule and fear of foreign true gypsies were the first people of color to come to Europe in large numbers. Their descendants, get this focus right here, right? In large number, their descendants there today about 8 million. God, have no country owned and not access to housing, school, and they were every sense outside is a fact of serious consequences today. All right. It says during colonial period, Western Europe nations dealt with gypsy problem by transporting large number overseas. The Spanish shipped gypsies to over the American colonies. The Spanish Louisiana is part of the solution Americana. The French sent numbers to the Antilles. The Scots, English, and Dutch to North America and the Caribbean. Cromwell shipped Romaco gypsies. Gypsies were bred as slaves to a southern plantation. There's documentation of gypsies being owned. This trip right here. There is documentation of gypsies being owned by free blacks in Jamaica and in both Cuba and Louisiana today. There are Afro-Romani population resulting in interaction between freed African and gypsy slaves. So you had interaction between these so-called Negroes and gypsies. All right, they're the same people. Both groups are Israelites, man. All right, and that goes with Deuteronomy 28 and 54. All right, it says so that man is turned among you, very delicate, his eyes be evil towards his brother, toward the wife, his bosom, toward the remnant of his children, where he shall leave. Right, so he's evil eye towards his brother, man, having a slave. But guess what? In the reverse, you had watch this. All right, it's from everyculture.com. All right. It says there are intriguing parallels between gypsies and African Americans. All right, talking about Judah. All right, it said in European American culture, remnant innovation gypsy brought to Europe not only Asiatic and Mid Eastern, but also African, at least North African. Similarly, African Americans brought the innovation of African music to America. Some gypsy owned slaves or employed African American laborers or stevedores, loaders and unloaders. According to legends, some of these men had eloped with gypsy daughters when African American as slave minstrels' first attempt to taste of freedom on the road post-Reconstruction America. Some claim to adopt the ethnicity or at least the title of Gypsies. All right, Conrad Berg-Convici, the American Gypsy Century magazine, what's this? 103, 1922, page 507 through 519. In popular American music traditions of jazz, blues, and rock, gypsy have remained a powerful referent. All right, so in the verse, man, you had gypsies. They was owning Judah, so-called Negroes, man, but they the same people, man. Israelites. All right, all right. They was Israelites, Judah, man. All right, all right. So both groups were Israelites. Both groups was enslaving each other, man. All right, that's part of the curses, man. Identify who the Israelites are, man. But this is interesting, man. You know, because they're not going to teach this in school, you know. They're not going to teach this, man. All right, let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to end it right here, man. Shalom.